Today's generation, Gen Z, is growing up in a digital world where smartphones are no longer just tools, they become lifelines. But here's the hard truth. Mobile phone addiction is silently destroying the mental health, focus, and even social skills of millions of young people. If you're a parent, teacher, or even a concerned sibling, this video will uncover what's happening, why it matters, and most importantly, what parents can actually do about it. Stay tuned till the end because the facts might shock you, but the solutions will empower you. Let's start with the reality. Did you know that over 50% of teenagers admit they feel addicted to their phones? Gen Z spends an average of 7 to 9 hours daily glued to screens, scrolling endlessly through social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. The constant exposure to notifications creates a cycle of dopamine hits, making the brain crave more every time. This isn't just casual use. It's a scientifically backed addiction similar to gambling. The scary part? Studies show that heavy smartphone users experience higher rates of anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders. Kids aren't just losing time. They're losing their ability to focus, to socialize in real life, and to be mentally resilient. And while most parents think this is just a phase, the truth is early digital addiction can shape brain development permanently. Phones are stealing more than just time. They're stealing mental peace. Gen Z reports the highest rates of loneliness despite being the most connected generation in history. Social media creates a highlight reel effect where teenagers compare their everyday struggles to someone else's perfect moments online. This constant comparison fuels insecurity, low self-esteem, and in many cases, body image issues. In fact, research shows that teenagers who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media are twice as likely to suffer from depression. Notifications, likes, and followers become measures of self-worth, trapping kids in a toxic cycle of validation seeking. The result? A generation struggling to cope with real-world challenges because their mental energy is drained by virtual stressors. Parents need to understand that this isn't just social media drama. It's a mental health crisis unfolding before our eyes. Beyond mental health, mobile phone addiction has serious academic consequences. Teachers report that attention spans are shrinking rapidly, with students unable to focus on a single task for more than a few minutes without checking their phones. Multitasking between apps and assignments creates an illusion of productivity, but research proves that constant switching actually reduces cognitive efficiency by up to 40%. Even more alarming, memory retention and critical thinking skills are declining among heavy phone users. Instead of developing problem-solving abilities, many Gen Z kids are simply Googling answers and relying on shortcuts. This digital dependency is handicapping an entire generation's ability to learn deeply. If this continues, the workforce of the future will be filled with distracted individuals who struggle to concentrate, innovate, or perform without constant digital stimulation. Parents must recognize this academic decline before it's too late. You've probably seen this. A family dinner where everyone's eyes are glued to their phones instead of talking to each other. For Gen Z, this is normal. Ironically, while phones were designed to connect us, they are driving wedges within families. Teenagers often feel more bonded to their online communities than to their parents or siblings. Face-to-face communication skills are fading, making it harder for young people to build meaningful, real-life relationships. Even worse, Families are losing precious bonding moments replaced by silence filled with scrolling. Studies show that children who spend excessive time on screens report weaker family connections and lower satisfaction with their home environment. This isn't just about missing conversations, it's about losing the foundation of trust and love that kids need for emotional stability. If left unchecked, mobile phone addiction doesn't just isolate kids, it isolates entire families. So what's the solution? Parents aren't powerless. The first step is awareness, acknowledging that phone addiction is real. Next, set healthy boundaries. Create screen-free zones at home, especially during meals and before bedtime. Encourage offline hobbies like reading, sports, or arts to help kids build real-world confidence. Lead by example. If parents are glued to their own screens, kids will follow. Open communication is vital. Instead of banning phones, talk about balance, mental health, and why overuse is harmful. Consider using parental controls, but more importantly, build trust so kids understand the why behind the rules. Remember, the goal isn't to take technology away, it's to teach Gen Z how to use it wisely. Parents who act today can save their children from a future of distraction, disconnection, and mental health struggles. Mobile phone addiction is real, it's rising, and it's reshaping an entire generation. But the story doesn't have to end in disaster. With awareness, boundaries, and genuine connection, parents can guide their children toward healthier, happier digital lives. The time to act is now, before it's too late.